Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Final Whistle here on the Final Whistle Network. We got people calling in already.
I'm sorry, you can't.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I know who that was. That was Hugh trying to call a certain service.
I'm sorry, escort. You know your money no good.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. We started early. Shots fired. No, that's what we do. Speaking of shoot shots, the Final Whistle here on a Tuesday. This is where we talk unique topics, Alabama football coverage. Guys, we're getting closer and closer. I think some NFL camps are starting to pop off. And next couple of weeks, Alabama will be starting camp. Get ready to go to Tallahassee. But before then, thank you guys for tuning in to Final Whistle. I'm here with the Crimson Avengers. My brother to my immediate right, Chris James. How are you, sir? Lucian, how are you? Dan, how are you? And Patty, how are y'all doing? The floor is yours.
What's up, man? What's up, y'all?
Good
to be happy to be here.
Hey, I'm ready to get this on. Everybody knows what it is tonight. Everybody came prepared. Don't pull nothing back. Don't hold nothing back. Tonight ain't the show. They're gonna get Final Whistle after dark, before dark tonight. Because tonight, Chris James got his wish. And we're gonna lay it all on the floor tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All on the floor.
Wait a second. Is somebody
Is that who's dialing in?
Is he made it?
Yeah, somebody's dialing in right now.
Lee
County.
Coming from the golf course
facilities.
Hello.
And the myth, the legend. Is it gonna happen?
I don't know.
You mean the attorney down there in Athens? Oh,
You got the
I don't know. Our
AOL
six panel members having some technical
Look,
difficulty.
when you're wanted by the
location.
FBI, getting in the internet sometimes is a problem.
That looks like Chris yearbook picture.
Well, guys, hit that like, subscribe button. Get in the chat. We know people like to go crazy in the chat. We got an exciting show. But listen, before we get started, we like to shout out Title Towel, our sponsor. Go to wetwillsports.com. Get you an amazing crimson Title Towel and wave it like a helicopter and get ready to get closer to football season in that Alabama spirit. Boom, look at that. Coming right at you.
Shake them if you got them.
Go to wetwillsports.com, the original Title Towel, and go get you one and wave it like a helicopter. So, guys, let's get right into it. We got an exciting show. I think we've done enough of the greetings and the just the small talk. Guys, let's get to our first topic. Alabama's DB Mount Rushmore. And I know Chris is going to do decades. He's going to do.
Let him go last.
No, I'm going first, boy. I'm Mr. DB.
He's going to do Sabins. He's going to do.
That's why you go last.
Hey, before we get started, our special guest has arrived. Matt, why don't you introduce him?
Liz, it is a legend. He's in the chat. He should be doing stand-up comedy. He's somewhere. He's just the man, and his last name is Van. Give it up for Van, the man Edwards. Is he blacked out?
Van. Nah, I don't know what's going on. He froze.
This is Buzz.
We can hear him. We might not be able to see him.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Van?
What a production. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
There he is.
Man, tell Chris to turn that crock pot down, man. Get me an AOL disc so I can get this internet rolling.
What up,
Got
man?
too many crock pots plugged into the power strip.
Man.
All right, let's
Living
get
like
it on.
Green Acres over here, man.
Yeah, man. Well, Ben, we're glad to have you. We're gonna get into our first topic. Alabama's DB Mount Rushmore. I already know who's on mine, but I'm gonna let my Avengers go first, and let me go with.
Let him go first.
Hey, I got a question before we do this.
Let Chris go.
Hold on. Question. Hold on.
What's your best question, Patty?
So we're also doing the GOAT. The GOAT, can the GOAT
That's the next one.
So the GOAT can't be on the Rushmore, right? That's going to be separate from our Rushmore?
I mean, it could be. It's all up to you. It's
on my Rushmore.
Completely free.
Yeah, the GOAT is the GOAT, period.
The GOAT is the GOAT.
I mean, the GOAT can go wherever you want.
How to be on the Rushmore?
Well, the reason I asked is because me and Lou talked earlier, and his Rushmore was going to be set like the GOAT was going to be separate from the Rushmore conversation.
Mine is separate. Mine is separate, but everybody knows how I get down. I stack everything up in categories, so mine's going to be different. I'm not saying everybody's got to follow my criteria. This is a completely free and open zone, mostly except for Hugh Freeze. We might welcome you, but you're going to need a very, very special invitation. But other than that, freedom of speech on this network, ladies and gentlemen. So we let it roll.
I know it's. All right, so Chris, go first, sir.
All right. Got to start with the 92 championship team.
I know his list going to be.
My boy Antonio Langham, man. And Antonio Langham is like it. All right. Then you got PS2, the best corner in the league, Patrick Surtain, because the impact he made from his freshman year to Bama all the way through was just phenomenal. Minkah Fitzpatrick, probably the most versatile DB that Saban has ever had. And here's where it gets tricky. The last one, those three are clear cut, like clear cut DBs, like clear cut. Oh, the last one, man. To keep from having to choose one of these Saban guys, I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go Jeremiah Castile. I'm just go back to and that'll keep down the confusion because I can't. It's just hard to pick from guys. You know the rest. I'm gonna let you guys talk, but I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna show the old school some love. I'm gonna go Jeremiah Castile as my fourth.
Okay, good stuff.
Patty, you go next. I hear you talking.
I'm gonna separate mine. Like, so there's gonna be two names not on here that would be on any Mount Rushmore, but they're gonna be on my GOAT list. So they have their own statue outside of Rushmore. But on the Rushmore, I've got Surtain and Minkah. No need to. Minkah's a 3-time All-American. Surtain's one of the best defensive backs to ever walk on the planet. I'm also going with Ha was, man, he did it all. He was rangy. That there wasn't, I mean, he was the epitome of what a safety is. He could do it all back there. But I'm also going to go old school like my man Chris, but I'm going to go a little bit more old school. And the guy I'm actually representing 7 right here from the K7 Foundation for ALS. Kevin Jackson, in a 2-year span, had 12 interceptions for the University of Alabama. 5 after he went JUCO. He was good, man, and he's a story of courage. He got hurt, so he had to build his way back up. Went to junior college, got 5 picks his junior year, 7 interceptions his senior year, and was a unanimous All-American. So Kevin Jackson's my other. I'm putting on the Mount Rushmore.
I ain't mad at that.
I like that. I'm interested to hear Dan the man, our lead recruiting analyst.
Okay, well, Chris got 3 of mine. Of course, you got Antonio Langham, they spearheaded the 92 defense. You got Minkah Fitzpatrick, and you got Patrick Surtain, all Thorpe winners. But my 4th one, I had to go with a safety, and I was thinking, man, Chris and Matt, this is a guy y'all are very familiar with. I had to go with Roman Harper.
Oh, I ain't mad at that one.
Yeah, I mean, you think about his production at the University of Alabama, he had a successful career in the NFL, 18 plus sacks as a safety. You know, I think at the time when he was playing, it was like second among active players. So Roman Harper, he'll round out my 4.
Can I? Who's going next? Lou, you want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Matt.
All right. Langham, Minkah, PS2. Give me Brian Branch.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, I like that.
Simple. I'm putting Branch at safety with Minkah.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. But y'all mad about that Tanskill pick? He was a 2-time first-team All-SEC and All-American.
Right.
Oh, great pick.
Can't argue with that.
There's so many great DBs in this university's history. This is a very hard question.
I think the top 3 are solid. You know,
Lou.
All right, my Mount Rushmore is kind of interesting. Just for the simple fact that I had to go kind of a different way than everybody else. I do my stuff a little bit differently. I do my stuff statistically because that's just how I am. So first up on my Mount Rushmore of my A team, that's the team that I felt that deserved it most. They had the most hardware. They made the most impact. So give me Mark Barron on my Mount Rushmore as my number 1. My number 2, give me Javier Arenas. My number 3, Tommy Wilcox. And my number 4 to bring it out, PS2. Just because, it's Patrick Surtain. Everybody I mentioned is a multiple-time, 2-time All-American, as well as at least a national champion. I had to base it a little bit off that, too. So that's my first one. Obviously, there's plenty of DBs that we didn't mention. Drake Patrick. He was also an All-American. We didn't mention Marlon Humphrey. Daquan Menzie. Kool-Aid McKinstry. These are just some of the other guys that we didn't really mention because obviously there's a long lineage, but those are my 4 as far as the top I felt that earned it the best as far as Mark Barron, Javier Arenas, Tommy Wilcox, and Patrick Surtain.
Tommy Wilcox, man, Lou going back into the 70s where it would Wilcox in the 80s.
All right. Chat, let us know who you have. So let's get to the GOAT debate. And let's go in the same order. Chris, start us off.
The GOAT. Yeah.
Oh, the GOAT DB, man. It's a toss-up, man. I got Coco DB. But Cole. It's a two-headed GOAT.
I do too.
Because it's 2 different positions. So it's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. All right. I have Minkah Fitzpatrick because he's the most versatile DB to ever play at the University of Alabama, in my opinion. All right. Along with him, who I think is the best cover corner ever, with Antonio Langham a close second. I think PSU is the best cover corner to ever put on an Alabama uniform. The best cornerback. So I'm going with a co-GOAT because one of them was a safety / slot guy, and the other one was a pure corner, so 2 different positions. So it's kind of hard to just label it just one guy because both of them were equally effective.
Nice. I'm gonna follow Chris up on the co. And I can't believe he hasn't been mentioned to this point, but George Teague is on like my there's Rushmore, and then there's like I said, then there's the trophy case for the man. And I'm with Chris. The other one, I was sharing cocktails with him a couple weeks ago in Dothan, Alabama. Langham is absolutely as awesome off the field as he was on the field, telling stories. One of the He is a legend in every way. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And Langham, man, from the Auburn interception, taking it and daggering their heart, and then doing it to Florida. Yeah, it's and I love the new money. They're some of the best to probably ever play the game. And probably you can't go wrong with Surtain and Minkah. But give me the old guys. Give me Teague and Langham.
Yeah, Langham my boy.
All of us are getting feedback. I noticed.
Teague's a good guy too. Both of them great guys.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, Teague's one. Yeah, just wonderful people. Yeah, can't say enough to the fellas. And Kevin Jackson, man, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go. I know you were working on that. That Bama, that sci-fi is. I've got to see that firsthand now a couple of times with you guys. It's legit.
Damn.
Yeah, it's easy to go with Cole, but let me tell you, man, I go with position value. In position value, there's nothing in the secondary more valuable than a lockdown corner. So with that said, Patrick Surtain, he gets my vote as the GOAT DB. He NFL Defensive Player of the Year as a cornerback. That is solid. On not a very great team. On a good team, not a great team, but you got to give it a PS2.
I'm going 43 Langham. Just because Bama goes to the national championship because of that interception.
Yeah.
Luke?
Lou?
We're talking about the GOAT, right? Well, to me, when you're talking about the greatest defensive back of all time, that has to mean they're the most decorated, they had the most impact, and they were pretty much the most feared person on the field when they played. And if we're talking about one guy that was that every year he was at Alabama, and we're talking it wasn't for 1 year, it wasn't for 2 years, it was for 3 solid years. His name happened to just show up on the All-American list. He is one of 2 Jim Thorpe Award winners in Alabama football history. This man was decorated beyond reason in 2017. Minkah Fitzpatrick is unequivocally the greatest defensive back of all time to come out of the University of Alabama. A freshman All-American, a consensus All-American as a sophomore, and a unanimous All-American and a Jim Thorpe Award winner as a junior. I mean, and not to mention, he won a national championship.
Yeah.
So 2 of them. Not just 1, 2 of them. And a Chuck Bendiark Award. I mean, guys, there's not really many awards, any other award he could have won. He won them all. And national championships. And was a high impact making player on that team in those national championships. My GOAT's Minkah. It always been 2-9.
I like that.
Hey,
Hard to argue.
Hard to argue. All right, so Surtain's accolades are right there too now.
No, they're not. He don't have a Thorpe Award.
Yes, he does. Well, he was the final. Well, he should have won the Thorpe. They robbed him.
I mean, if it's Thorpe,
They gave
it's
it to
Langham.
Stingler? Wait, no, they gave it to somebody in Iowa, right?
They gave it to Trayvon Moehrig that year.
They robbed him. He was the best corner in college football, hands down. They robbed him.
TCU cornerback.
I feel like Snoop. Who?
Trayvon Moehrig. He was a cornerback DB for TCU.
He's great.
But he was a finalist. He was a finalist for the Thorpe, and everybody thought he was gonna get it. And they had Bama fatigue and gave it to somebody else.
You know how it is. SEC
Bama only has 2 winners. There's
say,
only
Dan?
two. There's only two DBs in Alabama history to win it.
Well,
Langham
and we almost swept it. Yeah.
and Fitzpatrick. That's it.
Yeah.
Just 2.
Because
Bama fatigue.
SEC.
no, that year we got the what did we get? We got the Leatherwood won the what was it? The Outland? Was it Leatherwood that won the Outland? And Landon Dixon won the Remington. And I think it was just a matter of Bama fatigue that year, man.
They didn't want to give Bama everything.
2017, it was worse.
Yeah.
2017, it was way worse.
Yeah, it was.
What happened? Who was it in 2017? Let me see.
That was Minkah's class.
No, I'm talking about the you talking about that season?
The awards.
The awards.
The
That's what I'm trying to say. It was just Minkah. Who else won something that year? I'm trying to remember. Because the receivers were freshmen that year, except for Ridley.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, 2017, where Judy and all those guys were freshmen. Judy.
They weren't freshmen until 18.
No, they were freshmen 17. Water was a freshman 17.
No.
You remember the 2017 national championship when we beat Georgia? That was Judy them freshman year. Judy, Devontae, and who was the third one there? Judy and Ruggs. And Waddle came next year. Waddle and Ridley never played together.
Yeah, the championship game was actually played in 2018, so that kind of might throw y'all. But yeah,
it was January 2018. But yeah, the 2017 season. But yeah, Lou, it's hard to argue with those accolades because I said Minkah. I said Minkah too until PS2 came along, and I said, man, it's kind of hard to kind of decipher between those two, man. Like you can't go wrong. You just close your eyes and pick, and you'll be happy to have either one of them on your team. But
we keep saying Alabama Mount Rushmore. You know, man, listen, we got to come up with something specifically for Alabama because Alabama is greater than just 4.
The Infinity rings, Lou, the gauntlet, the Alabama Infinity gauntlet.
Oh, yeah, the Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
we
got to come up with something because Alabama is Alabama.
Hey, Matt, but even though I do think Brian Branch is just as good as Minkah.
I had Minkah and Branch at my safeties.
Branch got a little bit better in single coverage.
Yeah.
I like Minkah better in coverage than I do Brian.
Brian just does some things, man. And then we really finally was able to see how explosive he was when he ran that punt back for a touchdown. It was like, oh my God, that guy has another gear. What game was that? When he finally got a chance, he returned. They put him back deep for a punt, and he ran it back.
Like 2 different guys to return punts.
Same thing.
Yeah,
he took it to the crib. He should have been back there all year.
But the guy that took it before him that year, who was it? Was it Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
I think it was Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was dangerous with him too.
Slade was just saying on the show before that Branch was different. Branch had something a little
in my
different
top
out there.
4. Well, listen, guys, let's shift gears to our So we covered the GOAT. We covered Alabama's Mount Rushmore. I want to get you guys' take on who you think in the chat. So, guys, let's talk about SEC Media Day reaction. A lot of different things coming out. I thought Alabama looked pretty well. I just want to get y'all's take on it. Dan, you're our lead recruit analyst. You had your hand up first. Give us your take on Media Day reaction.
Yeah, I'm getting my takeaway from. Let me tell you, man, I'm very excited about this team and its focus because the message that I got from everyone that was talking, it seems that there's going to be a great focus on accountability. You know, they didn't run away. You know, they understood, you know, that, you know, the finish last year was that was unacceptable. And they understand they're taking accountability for it. They weren't making excuses, you know, and I understand that just even from Caden Proctor, you know, saying, hey, we didn't do anything. You know, our offensive line, you know, they're trying to get them to give the offensive line accolades and everything. He said, we haven't done anything yet. You know, and that's the mindset I like. And, you know, people are overlooking it. But Alabama has probably the most talented roster right now. You know, so, and on top of that, they got experience, you know. So I'm very, very excited about this team and their mindset going into the season. Last year going into the season, there was a lot of question marks, a whole lot of things. Then, you know, the first game you had jitters. It was awful start, you know, to the season. The first game, like, we had a lot of jitters, you know, doing the first game, Western Kentucky. You know, it was horrendous. It was a horrendous first quarter. And so I think this team here is going to be much more settled, and they understand the task that's ahead of them. So, you know, that was my biggest takeaway, you know, just the accountability of the guys.
I totally agree with that sentiment. Patty, what would you like to get your SEC Media Day reaction?
Man, and I got the feedback too. I guess there's something like, I feel like those are a lot of fluff and coach speak, and I was actually impressed that I took away a little more than I expected. In regards to, you know, not just we got bigger, stronger, faster. I felt like Coach actually kind of spoke to the fans and said some stuff that they wanted to hear, and it kind of piggybacking a little bit off what Dan was talking about is the whole unity thing, and don't give up. This thing's we've got it together, and I mean, and he, you know, spoke on the problems of last year, and that, you know, fixing them. So again, he didn't dodge problems or speaking about them, which I kind of expect. You know, I didn't know what to expect. It was his first SEC media, well, his second, but you know, it seemed like ownership. And if you look what's going on around the program, that's kind of reflective of what's going on. Players not transferring out, the recruiting starting to take off. I think that was all kind of reflected in his speech. Again, it wasn't as much coach speak as I expected. So I don't normally give a crap about SEC media days. I think they're overblown. I don't think you get much out of them. Every once in a while, you'll get a quip from a coach or two. But no, I thought there was, like you said, Dan, a lot of ownership taken, which should give Bama fans some I don't know, some positive vibes going into this season. I think Alabama is quiet as Alabama can be for being one of the biggest name brands in the sport. But, you know, 9-win season and everybody's like, all right, they're not Alabama anymore. And again, I think there's a quiet confidence, and you saw that in DeBoer. He believes in this.
I think that was the biggest thing for me. Was just how, even on day one, I know Alabama didn't speak to Wednesday, but still the biggest topic was Alabama. Everybody was still asking questions about Alabama. Whether it's Brian Kelly, LSU, Bill Pavia at Vanderbilt, I mean, Kirby at Georgia. I mean, everybody kept asking
Oklahoma,
Alabama. So, like you said, Petty, Alabama's still the king of college football, especially in the SEC. I kind of miss the good old days of having the SEC media days in Hoover. I think it's kind of lost some of its lure. You know, I feel like it was a little bit more better structured at the over there in Birmingham and Hoover, but you know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a traditionalist, but yeah, I mean, Alabama's still the king of college football. Chris,
my biggest takeaway was the disrespect from the media in the voting. Like, dude, how do you not have a single Alabama defensive player on the first team? Right? Like, How do you not have Domani Jackson, but you got Dalen Everett at UGA on first team? Not a knock on Dalen Everett, but come on, man. He will not go anywhere as nearly as high as Domani will. Then you leave off LT Overton, off the first team, who should be who I feel like should be have been selected on the defensive line. Offensively, I felt like Jeremy Bernard was right. Jeremy Bernard was predicted to be a first round pick. And you got some guys. Of course, Ryan Williams. They had Ryan Williams on there, but you got Cam Coleman. I mean, you can have an argument with Coleman. Coleman's a good receiver who's probably end up playing on Sunday if they don't mess him up at Auburn. But Aaron Anderson, Ryan Wingo, Kevin Coleman, and Eric Singleton, they're not touching. Man, come on, there's some good receivers, but they're not touching Jeremy Bernard, man. And I believe Bama will have 2,000-yard receivers this year, possibly with a chance of a third one getting close to it, like they did at Washington. Well, did Washington have 3 1,000-yard guys?
They had 2, and
was it Jalen Pope close or something, or was it McMillan?
I think McMillan was.
He had like 600.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bernard even then still had what he had 400. 500 Bernard had.
But they also had 2 tight ends with like 452.
Yeah, and 1,000-yard rush. That was crazy. That's spreading the ball around, man. Ryan Grubb is the guy, man.
So I believe that that's what's gonna help Jeremy Bernard too with his stock and a guy like Horton. But it's just my media takeaways was just the disrespect that the media had for them in the voting. Not include a single defensive player. I mean, and I think we had the best defense in the ACC. I really believe that. Definitely, I think we had one of, if not the best secondary in the country. We're gonna be pretty salty on the back end. So
man, Ole Miss was pretty cold.
Yeah, but Amos though, those guys are gone. So I just felt like Alabama. So I liked it though. I mean, because like I said, preseason accolade had never won the championship for anybody. So I'd rather, be disrespected than to be put on a pedestal and think that we're invincible. So I'd rather be snubbed and be hungry with something to prove. And I'm thinking, man, when they go down to the Tallahassee on August 30th, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
I totally agree. Luke?
I was kind of I enjoyed the fact that they kept it short this year. They didn't really expand or talk too much like they've been guilty of in the past. They kind of kept it strictly business, and I think that's important. And I think that we have an attitude on our defense, specifically in the look in the eye of Tim Keenan and what Deontay Lawson was saying, that they're taking this very seriously this year. It's not I know everybody thinks that from what everyone sees on these guys on TikTok that they're not taking it absolutely seriously, and that's not the case. So I was excited to see them actually taking it seriously, and I think people are going to be mad this year.
I agree. I think they're going to be mad. I just love the confidence, like you said, Dan. DeBoer. I love how DeBoer is how he's his own guy. And, he's more comfortable in leading his team his way. He don't have to worry about Saban. Although, another reaction, Greg McElroy putting out that story on Monday saying Coach Saban's going to come back was awesome. I don't know if he was trying to, drum up some more likes or clicks, but that was crazy. Yeah, I just think I just like how DeBoer, Proctor, Deontay. My favorite was like how they handled the whole FSU quarterback. disrespect that like all disrespect would be handled appropriately. I was like, man, that's really straight to the point, all that good stuff. So, but yeah,
That's the only way you can handle it.
yeah.
You know.
Oh man. So guys, Dan, while we got you on, we got some big recruiting news lately, especially today. Can you talk about the big time commit we got from quarterback?
Oh, we got to commit today? No, I'm just joking. Yeah, man. You know, you know, listen, we still having a summer rain. I guess it's still raining. You know, summer's not over. So, you know, Alabama picked up I'm gonna say a huge commitment from a 3-star quarterback, Taden Cowell. You know, it's big in the fact that, you know, there is expected to be some depth issues at the quarterback position after this year. So you know you'll be losing at least one of the guys, you know, in the quarterback room, and it's ideal to have at least 4 scholarship quarterbacks. But now you're dealing in the NIL era, so you know taking 2 quarterbacks, you know, is kind of tough, especially you know taking 2 top 15 quarterbacks. You know that's kind of crazy, you know. So and Cowell, let me tell you, a high upside guy. He understands that he's going to be quarterback number 2 in the class. So he understands, you know, the NIL situation. You know, he won't be getting as much up front as the other quarterbacks in the room, but you know, he has an opportunity to compete. You know, and he's okay with that. He understands that it's going to take time for him to develop. You know, so he has the measurables. You know, the size, arm strength. He's mobile for a guy his size, 6'3", 240 pounds, I guess. So, you know, player comp for him, I would say, you know, DJ Uyunglele or Jake Coker. You know, he's kind of similar, you know, so he's a guy that's going to take time to develop. And I also like, you know, similar to Austin Mack, you know, but he understands that he's going to come in as the second quarterback along with Jet Tamala. You know, he's going to hold the clipboard for a few years and see how it goes, you know, learn, develop better every day, give us good look in practice, you know, with the scout team. And, you know, so it's huge on so many levels, you know, to pick up that we got today. We're actually, you know, building depth with this move. This is a depth move.
Let me ask you a question there. 2 questions. Number one, I've seen some people have him listed, have him listed at 6'6", and some have him listed at 6'4". And how would you compare him to Kamala that we have in this class already?
He's not as polished a passer, and definitely not quite the athlete that Jet Tamala is, but he's mobile, you know, but he's not a Jet Tamala, Ty Simpson mobile. He's a, let me see, DJ Jake Coker mobile. You know, they could move when they needed to. You know, very mobile in the pocket. He had 318 yards rushing, you know, as a junior last year. So, you know, he's a guy that still need to work on his mechanics a little bit. But, you know, Alabama went and evaluated him in the spring and got him on campus, you know, let him work out. They liked him. Then they offered him, I think, in June last month. And so they got him in for a visit, and they kind of knew there from there. But they were working out, you know, NIL things, you know, because he had a lot of suitors. You know, he wasn't just a guy that nobody wanted. He had suitors, but Bama is the place they wanted to be. He felt most comfortable with it. And this is the one where you can, you know, they talk about Coach Saban, you know, helping recruit. But, hey, man, Mr. Tagovailoa, you can add him to that list, you know, for all the Bama haters. But, you know, he played a huge role as far as getting them comfortable, you know, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
So he's not Peyton Manning or Tom Brady mobile.
No. He definitely mobile. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's a guy that can move in a pinch. But he
statues.
Yeah.
Matt, you line up Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Tank, our old equipment manager in the race. Who gonna win?
Brady.
You blow the whistle, go to the restroom, and come back and see.
No, I will say on recruiting, I did hear from some NFL receivers that had a throwing session with Jet Tamala, and they said he's got a cannon.
I'm telling you, man, he does.
Yeah, he the real deal. So all y'all who think Jet Tamala's not the real deal, he's coming.
Yeah, I say Tamala, man. I'm not lying. I'm taking off my crimson shade, but man, Tamala is definitely a top 5 quarterback in this class, without a doubt.
Wow.
Dan, everybody wants to know Big Tank Jones. Think he's committing August 2nd. So I guess
I don't think he gave an official date yet. That's not official, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but right now, it was some significant news that came out today, that's saying basically nothing. There's not going to really be, any limit to what, local groups, collaboratives can offer as far as NIL. There's going to be a cap on revenue sharing. So NIL is still going to be a big thing. So we're going to see how that goes, but it just depends on what's up with Tank. I like where Alabama sits with him. He's competent in Tuscaloosa, but, with teams throwing out money, you never know. But I like where Alabama sits, and I do expect him to make a decision sometime in the next 2 weeks. So we shall see. You know what I'm saying? I think he want to get that out the way before his senior season. And teams still gonna come after all of our guys in this class because we put together one hell of a class so far. And we don't want to be left standing at the altar like Georgia has been on a few occasions. But Alabama, they're very good with their communication with athletes, and they are firm. They don't mind staying pat on their number, and communicating with guys their stance on NIL.
Quick question: Nick Abrams, the linebacker, where do you see him? I know it's down in Alabama, Georgia.
He recently committed
to Georgia the other day.
Oh, he committed to Georgia. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bama's
done. Yeah, Bama's done.
They went all
linebacker. Yeah, with the commitment of Xavier Griffin. And you think about the class they brought in last year, they're not going to allocate much more to the linebacker room at this time.
Okay, perfect. Well, drive safe, sir. Since you're on Georgia. Lou, you want to get any other questions y'all want to ask? Or y'all want to go straight to Q&A?
Little Q&A.
Do we have any?
I don't think we have any.
Any questions, chat? I'm here.
I got a question. Who do you think will be the next player to commit?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna, you think about needs. I think right now it's gonna be Tank Jones. He's gonna be the next guy that we're looking at. We're done at receiver, done at quarterback, done pretty much,
running back.
Yeah, done at running back. Offensive line, it's going to be, if we add a tackle or anything, it's going to be after the season. It's going to be a senior's film evaluation. It's going to be some guy. If we go through the high school, it's going to be some guy that we watch over the season. It'll be a late offer, a late rise or something. So right now, I say, all eyes are on Tank Jones.
All right.
Oh, and also I'm throwing another name out there. So let's watch. He just moved his commitment date, and that is Elijah Golden. That's another one that we'll continue to watch closely.
Okay. Luke, what were we gonna say?
Nah, they ain't got it.
Okay, guys. Well, you all know how to follow us here on the Final Whistle. Chris, how can I follow you, sir?
They can follow me on Facebook at Chris K. James Sr. on Instagram at _DB_surgeon. And they can follow me on X at Coach Chris James.
Daniel
Petty _Daniel on the X. And you can catch me here on the Final Whistle Tuesday night with the Avengers. Catch me Monday night with Nick Dixon on the opening kick. And that's it. Ready for some damn football.
Lou, how can I follow you?
You can find me on X4Lou2, whatever that says down there at the bottom. I don't know. I changed it. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram, Lucian Graves. You can find me on Tuesday nights here with the Avengers, talking Alabama football.
Yes, you can follow me. Yep. Oh, go ahead.
Go, Dan.
Okay, yeah, you can follow me on X at the Final Whistle Dan, Facebook, Instagram, Dan James IV. You can follow me here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central on the Final Whistle. Y'all be sure to hit that like and subscribe. I thank y'all for spending time, taking time out to spend with us. Shout out to Justin Sumner. I think he was the first in the chat today. So Roll Tide. Thank Bob Ruffler. He's always following us. We appreciate you guys, and thanks for y'all taking your Tuesday evening to spend with us.
And I will end it. We like to end on those two words, not the Final Whistle, but Roll Tide.